to 8th chapter, 21st sloka.
2801 Prabhuji.
Linda, you can keep this fan on Prabhupada, switch it on. Yeah. And this fan you can reduce. Yeah, Javi. Samplavah sarvabhutanam
Samplavah sarvabhutanam
kramaha pratishankramaha
vikramah pratishankramah
ishtapurtasya kamyanam
इष्टापूर्तस्य काम्यानां
tasya chayo
त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः
sarvabhutanam
सम्प्लवः सर्वभूतानां
kramaha pratishankramaha
प्रतिशङ्करः
ishtapurtasya kamyanam trivargasya chayo vidhi
त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः
samplavah sarvabhutanam
सम्प्लवः सर्वभूतानां
kramaha pratishankramaha
विक्रमः प्रतिशङ्क्रमः
ishtapurtasya kamyanam
इष्टापूर्तस्य काम्यानां
tasya chayo vidhi
त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः
samplavah sarvabhutanam
सम्प्लवः सर्वभूतानां
samplavah sarvabhutanam
सम्प्लवः
सर्वभूतानां
kramaha pratisankramaha
विक्रमः प्रतिशङ्क्रमः
ishtapurtasya kamyanam
इष्टापूर्तस्य कामानां
त्रिवर्गस्य च
त्रिवर्गस्य च
यो
यो
विधिः
sarvabhutanam
सम्प्लवः सर्वभूतानां
विक्रमः प्रतिशंक्रमः
विक्रमः प्रतिशङ्करः
प्रतिसंक्रमः
विक्रमः प्रतिशङ्करः
सापूर्तस्य काम्यानाम्
इष्टापूर्यस्य काम्यानां
तस्य च यो विधिः
त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः
Prabhupada, like to chant.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranams. Samplavah sarvabhutanam vikramah pratisankramah ishtapurtasya kamyanam trivargasya cha yo vidhi.
हरे कृष्ण संप्लव्यः सर्वभूतानां विक्रमः प्रतिशङ्कर्मा इष्टापूर्तस्य काम्यानां त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण संप्लवः सर्वभूतानां
विक्रामः प्रतिसंक्रमः.
Yes, some background sound I close. Again you can start.
संप्लवः सर्वभूतानां विक्रमः प्रतिसंक्रमः इष्टपूर्तस्य काम्यानां त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna.
संप्लवः सर्वभूतानां विक्रमा प्रतिशङ्करमः इष्टापूर्तस्य काम्यानां त्रिवर्गस्य च यो विधिः. हरे कृष्ण.
Samplavaha, the perfect means of complete devastation. Sarva Bhutanam, of all the living beings. Vikramaha, specific power or situation. Pratisankramaha, ultimate destruction. Ishtha, performs Vedic rituals. Purtasya, pious acts in terms of religion. Kamyana, rituals for economic development. Trivargasya, three means of religion, economic development, self-gratification. Cha, also, yaha, whatsoever, vidhi, procedures. Please explain to me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, how they are annihilated. Tell me also the advantage and disadvantage of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals, the injunctions, supplementary Vedic rituals? And what are the processes of religion, economic development, and self-gratification? Please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also the advantages, disadvantages of discharging devotional service. What are the Vedic rituals?
What are the Vedic rituals?
And injunctions
Supplementary Vedic rites.
of the supplementary Vedic
Supplementary
rites.
Vedic rites.
The procedures of religion,
And what are the procedures of religion?
Procedures of the religion.
economic development,
Economic development and sense satisfaction. May I read, Prabhu?
yeah,
Samplava, in the sense of perfect means, is employed to denote the discharging of devotional service. And Prati Samplava means just the opposite, or that which destroys the progress of devotional service. One who is firmly situated in the devotional service of the Lord can very easily execute the function of conditional life. Living the conditional life is just like plying a boat in the middle of the ocean. One is completely at the mercy of the ocean, and at every moment there's every chance of being drowned in the ocean by slight agitation. If the atmosphere is all right, the boat can ply very easily, undoubtedly. But if there is some storm, fog, wind, or cloud, there is every possibility of being drowned in the ocean. No one can control the whims of the ocean. However, one may be materially well equipped. One who has crossed the oceans by ship may have sufficient experience of such dependence upon the mercy of the ocean. But one can fly over the ocean of material existence by the grace of the Lord very easily, without any fear of storm or fog. It all depends on the will of the Lord. No one can help if there is some unfortunate danger in the state of conditional life. The devotees of the Lord, however, cross the ocean of material existence without anxiety, because a pure devotee is always protected by the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 9, verse 13. The Lord gives special attention to his devotees in their activities within material conditional life. Quoting Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 29. Therefore, everyone should take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord and be a pure devotee of the Lord by all means. One should know, therefore, from the expert spiritual master, the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service. Just as Maharaj Parikshit asked his spiritual master, Srila Shukdev Goswami, according to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of devotional service, one should not eat more than what he requires to maintain body and soul together. Vegetable diets and milk are sufficient for maintenance of the human body, and therefore one has no need to eat anything more to satisfy the palate. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed up in the material world. One should earn his livelihood easily and honestly, for it is better to become a coolie for an honest livelihood than to become a great man in society by hook and crook. There is no harm if one becomes the richest man in the world by honest dealings, but one should not sacrifice the honest means of livelihood simply to accumulate wealth. Such an endeavor is harmful to devotional service. One should not talk nonsense. A devotee's business is to earn the favor of the Lord. Therefore, a devotee should always glorify the Lord in his wonderful creations. A devotee should not decry the creation of the Lord, defying him by saying that he has created a false world. The world is not false. Factually, we have to take so many things from the world for our maintenance. So how can we say that the world is false? Similarly, how can one think of the Lord as being without form? How can one become formless and at the same time have all intelligence and consciousness, direct and indirect? So there are many things for a pure devotee to learn, and he should learn them perfectly from a bona fide personality like Shukadev Goswami. The favorable conditions for discharging devotional service are that one should be very enthusiastic in serving the Lord. The Lord, in his form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wanted the cult of devotional service to the Lord to be preached all over the world, in every nook and corner. And therefore, a pure devotee's duty is to discharge this order as far as possible. Every devotee should be very enthusiastic, not only in performing his daily rituals of devotional service, but in trying to preach the cult peacefully by following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. If he is not superficially successful in such an attempt, he should not be deterred from the discharge of his duty. Success or failure has no meaning for a pure devotee because he is a soldier in the field. Preaching the cult of devotional service is something like declaring war against materialistic life. There are different kinds of materialists, such as the fruitive workers, the mental speculators, the mystic jugglers, and so many others. All of them are against the existence of Godhead. They would declare that they are themselves God, although in every step and in every action, they are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, a pure devotee may not associate with such gangs of atheists. A strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled by such atheistic propaganda of the non-devotees. But a neophyte devotee should be very cautious about them. A devotee should see to the right discharge of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master and should not stick only to the formalities. Under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one should see how much service is being executed and not simply in the matter of rituals. A devotee should not hanker after anything, but he should be satisfied with things that may automatically come to him by the will of the Lord. That should be the principle of a devotional life. And all these principles are easily learned under the guidance of a spiritual master like Shukadev Goswami. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Shukadeva correctly, and one should follow his example. Maharaj Parikshit inquired about the process of creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material world, the process of Vedic rituals, and the method of executing pious activities in terms of the supplementary Vedas like the Puranas and Mahabharata. As explained before, the Mahabharata is the history of ancient India, and so also are the Puranas. Pious acts are described in the supplementary Vedas, Smritis, which specifically mention digging tanks and wells for the water supply of the people in general, to plant trees on the public roads, to construct public temples and places of worship of God, to establish places of charity where the poor destitutes can be provided with foodstuff, and similar activities are called purta. Similarly, the process of fulfilling the natural desires for sense gratification was also inquired about by the king for the benefit of all concerned. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Himate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Ashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Samplavaha Sarva Bhutanam Vikramaha Pratishankramaha
क्रमः प्रतिसङ्क्रमः
Ishtapurtasya kamyanam
इष्टापूर्यस्य काम्यानां
vargasya cha yo vidihi.
Margasya cha
त्रिविधि.
yovidhi.
Please explain to me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, how they are annihilated. Tell me also the advantage and disadvantage of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals, injunction of the supplementary Vedic rituals? What are the pursuits of religion, economic development, and sense gratification? So Prabhupada has given a large purport to it. We will go to the purport, but overall the principle, first principle is inquiry. The vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshante jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. Many times people think, why do I need a guru? Yeah, you don't need a guru if you don't have inquiry. If you have inquiry, then only you need a guru. Prashna should be there. So many times we become complacent in our life, we relax. They don't need a guru. You need a guru to learn sleeping. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, you don't need guru. Animals don't go to school, college to learn all this. But in the modern civilization, the joke is, goal is only eating, sleeping. For eating, sleeping, you don't need guru. Everybody knows how to do it. Correct? Eating, sleeping, mating. Do you have colleges to teach that? But the goal of present civilization is eating, sleeping. Why go to schools, colleges? Therefore, some people are finding it better, run to the forest and live. You can eat, you can sleep, you can mate, you can defend. At the end of the day, you're doing only these things. No. So why? What's the need for this big education? Simply waste of time, actually. Education is needed, proper says, not to know how to do sex, but how to stop sex. Education is not for promoting all these activities. Education is how to reduce our material necessities so that we can focus into spiritual life. So what is to be done, what is not to be done, we need education. Education is not for, education is to learn how to discriminate. What activity will be favorable for discharge of my devotional service? What activity will not be favorable for discharge of the devotional service?
अरे तू क्या पीस रही रे?
So you go to a doctor and ask,
हाँ?
how are you? Doctor asks you, say, fine. Doctor will say,
हाँ, मैं बोली क्या पीस रही बाबा ये?
so doctor will say, why did you come? So when we go in a spiritual line, Tasmat Guru cha prapadeda jigyasa shreya uttama. You have inquiry. An animal cannot inquire. Animal can only ask, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Man should inquire. If he doesn't have inquiry, then he's bogus. Correct? What's the point of living if I don't have inquiry? What question predominates my mind that shows what kind of person I am? What is something predominating in my mind that shows my quality? So now let us continue with the purport and see the details coming. Samplavaha and Pratisamplavaha. What perfect means to employ in devotional service and what will destroy devotional service. So one should be very careful. And then Prabhupada is talking about the material ocean. You get Prabhupada had a personal experience. Let us go back. So when Srila Prabhupada was going to America, money for a flight. He went on a cargo ship. And it was not pleasant. And he has seen the ship, how big it may be, at the mercy of the ocean. Samashitaye padapallava plava mahat padam purna yasho murare. Vamudi vatsa padam param padam 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 yaspadam natesha. Every step there is danger in the ocean. We are totally on the mercy. Wind, rain, bloop, gone. Prabhupada saying when they saw the ship on the coast looked so big. In the ocean, it was looking like a matchbox floating in the huge water. You don't see land at all when you travel in the ship. All around water, and as the water is shaking, your boat is at the mercy. And wind, rain, cyclone, gone. So much is a danger. So similarly, the metal world is also like that. Bhava Mudi, it's all ocean. Bhavata. Bhava means it will born and die. There's a big ocean of birth and death. And we are floating in that ocean. And we are in dangerous position. There is every chance of being drowned in the ocean by the slight agitation. If the atmosphere is all right, the boat can fly very easily, undoubtedly. But if some storm, fog, wind, or cloud, there is possibility of being drowned in the ocean. Very easily we can be drowned. No one can control the whims of the ocean, however, and be materially well equipped. No one can control the whims of the ocean, however, one is materially equipped. Very easily we will be drowned. One who has crossed the ocean by ship may have sufficient experience. He's telling his own experience. One can apply ocean metallurgy by the grace of the Lord very easily. But vatsa pada, it becomes very easy if you are sincere. Bhavam buddhi vatsa pada. It's like ocean of material existence, become very small, like water in the calf footprint when you are sincere. As such, it is very difficult to cross the ocean of material existence, but if you sincerely try, it becomes very easy. Krishna makes it very small. Devotees how to cross the ocean very easily without anxiety. Purity is always protected by the Lord. Kante pratijanihi and vibhakta pranashati. The Lord gives special attendance to devotees and activity within the material condition life. Yoga kshema vahamiya. This gives special attention. Therefore, everyone should take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, a pure devotee to the Lord by all means. That's appeal by a great devotee, Acharya, Prabhupada, become a devotee. So we should get guidance from an expert spiritual master. Somebody is asking yesterday, when you surrender to Guru, do you lose your individuality? No, don't lose your individuality. The Guru is always transparent. Rather, in every field of knowledge, you have no problem in going down. A medical problem, you go to a doctor. A legal problem, you go to a lawyer. At that time, your pride is gone. But here, somehow, you have nonsense philosophy, yatoma tatopa. Therefore, we think spiritually, I don't need to follow. No, we need to follow. Can have a school without schools, teachers? Can you have a school? Is there any school without teacher? Just give textbooks, study at home? No. Everybody needs a teacher. That's why we love. So we know from expert spiritual master advantage and disadvantage of discharging devotional service. What things are favorable for devotional service, what things are unfavorable to devotional service, you should know. Bhakti Samhita Sindhu, there are certain unfavorable. Atyahara, we should not eat more than necessary. And it also includes collecting funds more than necessary, even by unfair means. No, don't do that. Beg, borrow, steal, somehow collect money, that is not good. So honestly, we should live a livelihood, because then if you dishonestly live livelihood, so much anxiety is created, you cannot live peacefully. There is no harm if one becomes the richest man in the world by honest dealings. That's okay. Use that money to worship Krishna. So endeavor is harmful. But we should not sacrifice honest means to get livelihood, because that will create unnecessarily anxiety. You will not be able to sleep peacefully. One should not talk nonsense. Atyahara prayasa. We should not over endeavor. Prajalpa. Don't talk nonsense. This is taken Bhakti nectar of instruction. Bhakti by Rupa Goswami. And devoted business to earn favor of the Lord. Prajalpa, Niyamagra. Always glorify the Lord in the wonderful creation. Don't talk nonsense. You always never decry the creation of the Lord. We don't say this creation of the Lord is, don't do Prajalpa, mean don't speak nonsense. This creation is not illusion. It's a reality. It's temporary. We are taking all resources from the creation. And how it is temporary, it's permanent. Though we don't say the Lord doesn't have form. It's all varieties of nonsense prajalpa. But niyamagraha, we follow all the rules and regulations. So he should learn perfectly from a bona fide spiritual master like Shukadeva Goswami. So we should be very, that is a negative. Then this is positive. Usa nishya dharya, we should be very enthusiastic. Lord for Chaitanya wanted the call to devote service to preach all over the world. We should be very enthusiastic how it can be done. And your duty is to discharge order as far as possible. Every devotee should be very enthusiastic, not in performing, but in preaching the God peacefully following the footsteps. If it is not superficially successful attempt, we should not deter from the discharge devotional service. Prabhupada actually got an order when he was only 26-year-old, 1922. And the movement came to fruit after 44 years, 1966. Was patient. You open a business, but 1 year you'll close it if there is no profit. But 44 years with maintaining a business with no profit. Just spending his money, spending his time. No success, no problem. Very patient. You should not be deterred. Prabhupada says, the very fact that he's trying you get credit. In material field, unless you're doing something successful, it is waste. In spiritual field, it is useful from the day one. You're trying. Just like one devotee is saying, you go for book distribution. At least you went out. You can come out without selling a book. You went out. No, you tried. The great credit. They should declare themselves as God. Okay. There are different kind of materialists, fruity workers, mental speculator, mystic juggler. All in the against the existence of God. So they just want to exploit. They have no desire to serve the Lord. Mukti, mukti, siddhi. No, that's not good. Even though we are at the mercy of God, there are so many jokers that say they have God. Doctor, save me, I have toothache. What kind of God is this? A strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled such atheistic propaganda on the non-devotee. A neophyte devotee should be very cautious about them. Be careful to be taken adrift by them. A devotee should see in the right discharge the devotee under guidance of one again, bona fide spiritual master. Then only the progressive spiritual life. And one should not stick only to formalities. Under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, see how service to be executed, not simply the matter of rituals. What is being done, why it is being done. Not that this is a ritual, okay, we do that, but we want to understand more. A devotee should not hanker after anything, but he should be satisfied to think that will automatically come to him by the will of the Lord. Ussa nishya dhairya tat tat karma pravartana. Jana sanghasya laulam. He should not be greedy out of mundane achievement. Thus is the principle of devotion. All these principles are executed, learned under the guidance of spiritual masters like Shukadeva Goswami. Maharaj Parikshit inquired for Shukadeva Goswami, and one should follow this example. Maharaj Parikshit also inquired about the process of creation. We should know how the world was created. Maintain the destruction. Yes, we want to know. Not that only tell me Rasa Leela. No, I want to know every Leela of the Lord. These are called Leelas of the Purusha avatars. We should inquire about them. As explained before, Mahabharata, the history of the ancient India, so are the Puranas. Purana means old. Purana doesn't mean myth. Pious acts are prescribed in supplementary Veda Smriti, which are specifically mentioned digging tank, do some welfare work. And these are all comfort for the society. People are walking, there's the water available. You don't need piping in previous areas. Generally, people drink from well. You dig a well and water is available. And in the villages, they will have a common well, they all go and collect water. To plant trees in the public road, to construct public temples, places of worship. Now we are trying to do it in Bangalore. To establish places of charity where poor districts can be provided. They're all punya. Similarly, process of fulfilling natural desires and gratification also involved on the dharma. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Yes, some people, the two kind of marga, pravritti, nivritti. Pravritti is yes marga, nivritti no marga. Pravritti, yes. You want to enjoy, yes, but there are rules and regulations. Nivritti, give a plan, no sense gratification. Nivritti is difficult, but the greatest. Pravritti is easy, but the long process. Okay, as per the shloka, I have given the brief meaning. The inquiry by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukadeva Goswami, Samplava Sarvabhutana Vikrama Pratishankramaha Ishta Purta Se Kamyana Trivarga Sachayo Vidhi. Hare Krishna. So Mataji, you like to add something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You have explained very nicely, Prabhuji, and also Prabhupada's purport. It explains, means it's a self-explanatory purport. I think it's very nice, Prabhuji. No, I don't have. I mean, lots of things are there to add, but everything we have explained, Prabhuji.
Gita Jayanti, you can talk about that. We are planning, can announce. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. You can announce, Prabhuji.
You can announce, Mataji.
No, Prabhuji. You please announce.
3 times Mataji has taken opportunity to lead the chanting 3 times in Bhagavad Gita. Morning, afternoon, evening, the time we have classes. Everybody should plan already. Keep 2 hours free that day where you can do to chant the Gita together. Okay? That will be nice or not? On Gita Jayanti, the Gita was spoken. At least we can chant together. That will be fantastic. So please try, and if you can, participate. We will also put in all the forums we are having. So we will see how to organize. Hare Krishna. I think the poster is ready today. We'll put in all the forums. Yes, Mataji, the link can be given. I shared you. The poster was good.
Okay, Prabhuji.
If you want, we can give that person contact. I can do permutation combination with it. It does
Okay,
work for
Prabhuji.
you within
Yes.
1 hour, huh? Very fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Immediately does, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. And the timings are okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
7 to 9
That's
and
because
3.
people are used to the 3 timings. I think they are nice, huh? Very
But it's
comfortable.
7 to 9. Yeah, since it was means it's on December means Christmas Day, so many people will be means they have holiday, no? They will be having
Good.
holiday.
Good. This time Gita is being chanted on the Christmas day. Very good.
Birthday. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Aishwarya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
You add something to this?
Yes, Prabhuji, that I like that Prabhupada saying that we should follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu says Sarvatra Prachar Hoy Morana. So his name should be sung everywhere, and that's happening because of ISKCON. And this preaching is really taking charge. And also, Prabhupada specifies that whoever is born in India, Bharata Bhumi, like we should do Janma Sakshatkar and Kare Paropakar. We should make our life successful by learning Bhagavad Gita and Shastras and do Paropakar. So preaching is the essence. And many are coming up. Many teachers are taking it up. So happy, and children are also taking it up. And they are also teaching their parents. They are teaching their mothers, and they are joining the elders batch. And it's spreading like a wildfire. So the Mahaprabhu, and when Prabhupada was somebody, his god brother asked Prabhupada, like, from Mahaprabhu saying his name will be spread all over the world, will that happen? And Prabhupada says, yes, if Krishna had said that, it will definitely happen. And it was Prabhupada who took it all over the world. And yes, we should follow him. We are so fortunate to be under his guidance, under his shelter. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody has a question? Hare Krishna. More questions? So everybody please keep chanting. Increase your chanting. Chant more. And this is the month where Gita was focused. So kindly do that and distribute to your friends, whichever way. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhascha kripa
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Manad. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, brother.